the last 2 weeks were just like, nope, no fun, no time, no fun. And oh my goodness, my game launched and it looks so wrong. It's like all green. And Capcom's like stretching off screen. What's happening?
Did you update it?
Yeah.
Mine's starting to fine. I don't know.
It's like looking weird. I haven't started this game up in a while, but they must have changed something. I mean, if I can get to a menu, I might be able to fix it. Ooh, looks like whatever menu I have is like off screen, maybe. Hold on. Hold up. Let me like alt tab out and see if it'll like come back normalish. I'm still pretty green.
Monster Hunter World Iceborne version 14. They work on this game like
Frostfang Barrion. They've had so much stuff, and you mentioned earlier like Fatalis is here. I think that's pretty tight.
I mean,
Fatalis is like the OG
endgame boss man.
No, it was like the OG Elder Dragon.
Oh, cool.
You think graphics or display output settings?
Sounds like display output settings.
I don't know what the hell it's doing.
Wow, this frame rate's so low.
Click on that and it goes nowhere. Okay.
I forget this game struggles to run even on 1080 Ti.
Nope.
Oh.
Okay, maybe I just need to like
Turn it off, turn it back on.
completely restart the game. That was super not. I didn't understand what was happening. It was just all kinds of fucked up. Hopefully I don't have to like open the INI files and like fuck with them or something.
That would suck.
Wouldn't surprise me though. And did it launch all green is the question. I mean, green is whatever, but it did it again.
Except the disintegrating blade, whatever the heck that is.
Okay.
So
Maybe
rusty.
There's that.
To the canteen.
I'm gonna figure out if there's like a shortcut for putting this game in full screen or not. Nope, took a screenshot though. It's weird because when I alt tab, it like looks like Monster Hunter's like a normal window, but then when I go to the game screen, it's like it turns into this like weird, messed up version of itself. Okay, wait, no, don't quit without saving. Okay, it looks like I got a version where I can at least see to like fix it. Yeah. Okay. Display. Yeah. At full screen. Set to like full screen. Like it's all the right normal stuff though. I don't get it. Maybe I'll put it on borderless window and it'll like be better for me.
Interesting.
I don't know, man. It was weird. It was set to the right resolution at full screen. It was all messed up.
We'll see if that frame rate helps.
This game's real finicky sometimes with its settings.
Yeah.
I've had to like really fine tune them in the past. God, it's doing it again. What the heck?
Okay, well, I'm going to get this quest started. Actually, I'm going to get a drink and then get this quest started. And then hopefully by the time I get to the point where you can join, you can be ready too. Master plan. I'll be right back. And then I can tell you the great story of how I got fired on vacation.
Dude, that sounds like a great story.
All right. I might be able to actually stream this game without it looking crappy. We'll see. Get it fixed yet?
Updating my graphics driver. Because like I said, I haven't played this game in a long time, so maybe they updated something that is doing something weird with my current old driver, because I haven't updated in a while either. That can
Gotcha.
happen on these newish games. Shit, dude, yeah, that Fatalis came out yesterday. That's so hype.
I know I watch Strippin news. I think he's pretty high level. He said he was struggling on it, which is good. I feel like so many games fail to have an end game. People that have played it for several hundred hours still struggle. You know,
That's Monster Hunter, baby.
we need that in like MMOs and stuff.
Yeah, they don't like that anymore. MMOs are trying to hit as wide as they possibly can.
I think that's going away slowly. We'll see.
I don't know, dude. It makes the most money. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, not much anymore though. Because the people that like that are non-devoted players.
Yeah, you're right. I think it was a short-term mistake on people. They saw the money and were like, hell yeah.
Yep.
And this is the thing. They wait until it doesn't make money, and then they switch strategies to whatever they think's making the most money. It's not a great way to like make your game good.
Nope.
It's a very game second money first strategy, and it's bad.
Yep.
I think that's a pretty valid thing to say.
Alright, shall I begin my great story of how I got fired on vacation? But not really fired, but a little bit fired. Kind of fired.
I might lose you when the graphics driver starts installing.
Okay, I can wait.
Let me let the thing install, and then after that, whatever. You can
Alright, where's my
lay it on me. It's
where's
your
my
story.
flies? Yeah. Ah, these stupid things. The smoke looks really janky right now. Alright, I'm going the wrong way. Cool.
That's so close to being downloaded. Wish I had gigabit internet.
It's so nice. I think the place I'm moving to has AT&T fiber as well.
Very good.
I would be very sad if I had to go back to non-fiber.
Yeah, that's a bummer. At least I haven't tasted the sweet nectar of fiber internet. Or else I would have a hard time.
Just like so many things, just you don't have to think about it anymore. Like downloading an update, it's like, oh, I'll just download it. Heck, even downloading a game, just download it whenever you need it, not beforehand.
I could live that free life.
The future.
I mean, it'll be like standard probably. Like it'll have to be like decently soon.
Probably 5-10 years.
Yeah. It's like, is everyone who isn't running fiber is gonna have to switch because like how are they gonna compete? It's so superior.
It is.
Like
Okay.
everyone who wasn't making smartphones, it's like how do you not make a smartphone after the invention of smartphones?
Well, they are protected by the oh crap! I remember this Spy with his like blade tail. Oh dang it! Yeah.
Is that your current story
Yeah. Remember it crashed or something,
Yeah, that sounds like Monster Hunter to me.
and it didn't save that I did it at all. So I have to like rewatch the cutscenes and crap.
Pretty demoralizing.
Yeah. And I remember him also being really difficult too. So
Yeah, but that's Monster Hunter. Like that's what you were just complaining about. You were
No, I mean that's what I'm
want
paying
really
for.
hard games, you know.
That's what I spent like $120 on this game for.
Ah, dude, you wanna? I might lose you because the thing's installing. But if you want a hard ass game, Steve, you should pick up Spelunky 2.
No thanks.
The game is. Have you seen anyone play it?
Nope.
Oh man, it's like a roguelike, where you are delving deep into.
Yeah, I played Spelunky 1.
Oh, okay. So you know.
Not a lot.
Spelunky 2 takes place on the moon.
Oh.
What's tight is here in a couple weeks, they should have online cross-platform co-op though.
That's sweet.
And you can like delve down. If you hit points, you can revive your partner and stuff, so you can like keep delving. It looks really tight. It's like a really cool way to play the game. I feel like roguelike co-op and stuff like The Binding of Isaac and like some other games of that type are a little bit janky. Like it's not like full co-op. It's like your person plays kind of like a weak or pseudo version of the thing or whatever. And,
Yeah.
Spelunky, nope, just 2 of you. I mean, the only
Cool.
real downside being that like
Everything's
if,
split.
like an item drops, only one person's like picking it up or whatever. But
As it should be.
usually in a run, like you're gonna run into some of the same items sometimes. So.
I'm already about to faint. This isn't good. I could probably just quit out of this mission and then wait for you to show up.
I don't know. Gotta get good at killing. This is why I said you should probably like pick a fight. Probably not your capstone story mission.
No, that's fine. Glavenus is a good warm up.
Yeah.
Trial by fire.
I'm gonna disagree with that sentiment, but
Train to kill. Something like that.
NVIDIA broadcast push the limits. AI powered voice and video.
You can't even use that without RTX.
Yeah,
so.
I need the RTX. Man,
Which I do want.
I would say the entirety of next year is going to be a struggle on when I buy the new.
I'm going to buy a 3080 tax season, and it's going to be great. That tax refund is mine. Plus, I don't think I would even want the first wave of 3080s anyways, from what I've seen.
Yeah, you want the next one.
They seem pretty rough, because they're having like crashing issues, and none of them are really like tuned for overclocking. I'm thinking by tax time, they'll be like refined and have revision like 1, 2, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Now that I've installed the driver, it's making my audio and shit all crappy. I'm probably just gonna restart since I got the driver and then see if all my shit's fixed. It should take me just a second. Good old solid state.
Do what you gotta do. Alright, let's go find him. Nitration, what's this? tainted fruit. Not the taint. Oh, there's like these things. What is this? What's going on here? A-lister Palico. Surveyor set. I don't think that makes me immune to the poison. No. Acidic gladness. Yeah, I'll just run through it. Whatever. He's mad. Okay. I just have this A-lister Palico with me, right? Stupid freaking bird things. Get the heck out of here. Jesus Christ. Come on.
My return.
He's back. And he just shot acid everywhere. Ow.
I had a Windows update.
Mm.
And I didn't realize this.
It's added to the pile of things to be updated.
Yeah, it's probably good. I'm just trying to like play Monster Hunter though, so it's annoying.
Yes.
Okay. Please just like
You just like give up?
good this time instead of green, please.
No can do, Nick.
Good instead of green. That would be ideal. Hey, good instead of green. That's what I'm talking about.
Oof. Missed that by a hair.
That's so much better that it's not green anymore. It's so hard to see. And honestly, I could have dealt with the green if it hadn't only been showing me like the top left
Oh my gosh.
of my game. That was probably worse than the green.
I just got comboed to death. And the Palico comes in for the save. Charles, you're a genius. Never mind.
What is your cat not smart? Oh yeah.
No, my cat.
Fucking badass it look.
No, the cat like rezzed me, and as soon as I stood up, Glavness just like chopped me in half. So
Sometimes I forget that my character's like a great sword god. That's where I've left him. Need to make a high tier heavy bow gun set.
that'd be sweet.
Because I started to get into heavy bow gun a lot during, I guess before Iceborne came out. But then once I, went to the next, what do I got? Dawn's Triumph. Oh man, there's so much shit that I don't know about. That's the one thing that bums me out is that I wish I had time to like keep up with this game hardcore because they've released so many.
Does anybody have time for that?
People who are just like play video games for fun. Yeah, probably. I mean, you don't have to be like on this shit every single day. Like,
Seems
keep up
that
with
way.
it. No, that's just because we play like less than once a month. It's not really the same. It's not comparable to like
I could probably
this
play,
game
like-
on like every other weekend or something. You could probably keep up with it.
I can play like
Sounds
once a
like
week right now.
It's like when the shit The good news is every time there's like a big festival, all the shit they made just comes back.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's see here.
I'm
Go
coming.
ahead. Do
This is-
my
this is
demon
exciting. I'll
drug.
play this in so long.
I know that's how I'm feeling. And
You
do
need to
is
get
what's
your
does Mandragora
better
prevent the
gear.
poison?
But your gear sucks.
My gear does suck.
Would you ask me?
It's
Mandalore?
Yeah, does that stop the poison cloud?
No.
No.
Are you talking about like the very stinky cloud that's like everywhere?
Yes.
You want to get like a slinger torch and shoot at the ground. Is
Oh,
usually what I
slinger
do to
torch.
deal with that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a good way to, you know, make all the stink go away. What if I use a temporal mantle? I don't even know, man. No, I'm good at that. Fighting Oglavinus, yeah. So not this T-Rex then. I won't mess with him. Yeah, but I bet you're using some like real, very early game,
Yep.
Iceborne gear. We need to load you up with something.
I look like a furry Viking boy,
Which is cool, but that's pretty like,
not
low,
the
it's low tier stuff for what we're doing right now. Probably. You're probably fighting a little above your belt.
I think it's how I
That's
always
okay,
play this
'cause
game.
I kind of balance a little bit because I'm using some. Well, at the time, this was pretty in-game gear. They've had some releases since this, so there we go. Got rid of the stinky gas. Put the temporal mantle on, I guess. I don't know.
Here we go. Alright. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, because like it sucks because you can really take like 2 hits before you die.
Yeah, that's about right.
I mean, this is Monster Hunter. That's kind of par for the course, but you can probably
Yeah.
use a little bit more defense than that.
The gear is out there. I just need to farm it.
Yeah, 'cause you can like smash your head against story, you know, as much as you want, but you really do need some better gear. Especially if you're like actually interested in like getting a little more into Monster Hunter, like Fatalis, like it's
Yeah,
like
good
not
luck.
even remotely close.
If I played every day, all day for like a week, I could probably
You
get
don't
there.
need to go that much, but like I said, I just kind of got freed up for a little while, so I've got some time to play, and it sounds like
Yeah.
you're pretty freed up right now as well.
That
so
is very true.
You can
Yeah.
tell me your bad
Convenient
story now
segue.
that I'm here
Yeah.
and ready to go.
So, I'm moving at like the end of, officially November 3rd is my move
Yeah.
date now. Alright. Back in the beginning of September, I was like, I'm gonna be nice to my boss.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, I'm leaving probably in a month and a half or so, right?
Yeah,
That's
like
reasonable
normal-
expectations.
Normal stuff, like, hey, this is when
Alright, he's like,
my
cool.
last day.
And
It's
he
like
opened
way
up the
out.
opportunity to do freelancing for them after I moved, so that way I can get paid, and also, you know, everybody's happy. Everybody wins from that arrangement.
Like you said, you do freelance stuff for him. My cat
Yeah.
fell asleep. You want to sharpen now? It's a good time.
I already sharpened, I think. No, I didn't.
Any bombs?
I have no
Blow
bombs.
City's head up.
I'm trying to sharpen. Yeah, I need to sharpen. So,
Yeah, just get real sharpened.
he agrees to this freelancing thing. Everything's working out great, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, the week before vacation, he comes in my office and he's like, hey, just be making sure that we are doing this freelancing thing. It's great. And it's like, cool. Go on vacation for a week. First vacation I've had in like 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, while I'm on vacation, I get a phone call and they're like, "Your hours are messed up from last week or whatever, blah blah blah," and they're with like network issues or whatever, so it's not my fault. I screwed up.
Yeah.
And you know, cleared up over the phone or whatever while I'm on vacation. Kind of annoying, but whatever. Come back into work Monday. You know, sit at my desk, set up everything. Boss walks in and he's like, "So when are you moving again?" I'm like, the end of October is what it's looking like right now." Because you know, if you ever moved houses, it is the most painful, slow thing ever.
Yeah.
So you know, dates change. End of October. Nothing out of the ordinary. And he's like, "Oh well, so this is actually going to be your last day." And I'm like, why? He's like, "Oh, well, the thing about your hours got out and the CEO was really mad, so I had to do something." And I'm like, what? 'Cause there's a guy, they've been complaining.
Some freelance stuff, like you weren't even...
Yeah, they were like fully committed to freelancing, everything's cool. Now they're just like, I don't know. And so he's like, I was like, "You mean the end of the month, right?" He's like, "No, today is the last day. And you can work out the rest of the day if you want, or you can just go home." I'm like, "What about the freelancing stuff?" He's like, "Oh yeah, we're also cutting that out too." Screw me. So I'm still, you know, living here, paying a mortgage and, you know, living with no job through until I move pretty much. Just because this guy's,
That's pretty shit.
took it upon himself to like...
How are you gonna like... You wouldn't even be able to get anything like short notice or anything like that.
No.
Just for that amount of time. Like, coronavirus plus, you know, just how long that actually is equals like who would do that. I mean, you could probably do like an odd job or something.
But
still,
the,
like,
it's not...
garbage, basically.
Yeah.
It's not what you planned for.
No.
Damn, I just drank an antidote and walked
And
back.
so looking back at the pay stub I'm getting for this week, which is my last one, they basically cashed out all my vacation hours. They like took the hours I worked the week before vacation, and they turned those into vacation hours.
So, and they shit on your last paycheck?
Well, I still get a full paycheck, but basically they stole about 40 hours of vacation from me that they shouldn't have. So, you know, that's pretty great. That's like a whole other week's worth of pay that would have been really nice to have during this last month of not getting any money. So, it's just like, I walked into work Monday morning, I'm like, I'm going to do extra hours this month to really, you know, show that I'm worth doing freelancing for them, and I'm worth keeping around. Because doing freelancing for them would be a pretty good arrangement for me. Okay, I'm dead. Yeah. Well, I got like one more feint.
Get some better armor.
Yeah, that's very apparent.
This guy can hit me like 5 or 6 times before it's like scary.
That sounds nice.
Well, it is.
And so, yeah. Walking to work Monday morning, think I'm gonna do great. And then walk out 2 hours later with all my stuff in my hands. And no job and a month to keep living and supporting your family. Yep. I
mean, you're not like screwed, right?
No. We'll
just
be
sucks.
okay. I may have to sell my truck or whatever, because it's kind of almost a hassle to keep it at this point and drive it all the way down to where I'm moving to, and it's just really frustrating and annoying. It's like I'm already on the way out the door.
Yeah. No,
And then they wait until I'm on
a big FU basically.
a week-long vacation to just like screw me over and kick me out. But the way the guy worded it, because I was talking to my boss, not the CEO. I think my boss is kind of more on my side about this. Maybe, I'm not sure. But
I don't know. It feels like if
yeah.
he was more on your side, this wouldn't have happened. But yeah, I don't know.
Well,
at the same time, he's got a boss as well, and if that guy's a dick.
Yeah, CEO's definitely an asshole. The guy can.
I just don't understand like your hours got out or whatever. I'm like, you're not even gonna work here anymore.
Yeah, I don't. Like
It's complete. It just sounded like a complete bullshit excuse.
So
The CEO
yeah.
basically told him to like screw you, basically,
Yeah, but digging in
for no reason.
towards the end of our conversation, like I got my boss to say, pretty much basically they have 2 people lined up to take my job, even though he told me that they were going to try and wait to have somebody that had more experience. Like, we're going to get these people that are fresh out of college anyways or whatever. So I'm guessing they just wanted to line up people and get them in the office as soon as possible for whatever reason.
Yeah, they're gonna take whatever they're paying you and pay those guys each half of what they were paying you, and let them do whatever you were
I
doing.
don't have an ancient potion.
It sounds like a lot of the stuff I hear about at CD Projekt Red that like really bums me out, because I thought that might be an interesting place to like work for. They make freaking cool games. But they also they have management issues. Like what did they do that really like confused the hell out of me? Is like, instead of having like a senior I don't know quest designer guy, they'll hire 2 junior ones, pay them shit, and then have them both do the job of one guy.
Wow.
And it's like, okay, I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be one person job. It's supposed to be one person's job of someone. Oh, I cut the tail off. Who knows what they're doing and like has a lot of experience. Instead, they're just like, nah, just let these 2, absolute scrubs do it, and then they'll just manage somehow.
It makes me worried about the final product. You know.
Well, you know what I'm saying? They also made a commitment to not do crunch. Since The Witcher 3, they got a lot of criticism for crunch.
Yeah.
And they they just announced that like for the last like, I don't know, 3 months or something, they're going into 6-day weeks. Like going.
But they're getting paid for it, which usually they say game devs aren't paid for their crunch time.
They aren't, but it's like it doesn't like they explicitly broke their promise that they set out to do. I mean, yeah, in America they'll pay you for the overtime. They'll crunch you to death, but they'll pay you. I just don't think it's enough of a moral high ground to be like, oh, well, we pay them still.
Yeah.
It feels cheap to me.
I mean, I did a lot for my company. I worked 50-hour weeks for 6 months straight for them. Sure, I got paid for it, but that's over an extra shift a week. And it's just like, fuck corporate.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like, I don't know,
No, I believe that in my soul.
That's why I want to work for myself so bad. Because I'm not going to be able to, like, just be comfortable working for a company. Because no matter how much I do for them, how nice they seem to be to me, if it's inconvenient to have me for whatever reason, I'm gone. They don't care about me, my family, anything. I'm out.
The corporate structure is extremely anti-worker right now, and it sucks. It sucks a whole lot. Am I gonna say all corporations treat people like garbage? No, but the majority do. And the coronavirus is only like
made that even worse.
That into the limelight, because everyone's all like, oh, we gotta open everything, we gotta save the economy or whatever. But it's like, you can't save the economy until you like help people survive, like literally die. Like,
yeah.
It's like there's just all these people are like dying literally for capitalism, and it's ridiculous. And capitalism, I think, is an overall positive thing, but like we're in like a pretty bad version of it.
I think there's a much smarter way to go about it. It's just there's that panic like 2 months. Like right now, we have like more infected people than we did during the major shutdowns, except the numbers aren't crazy because things are smart now. Businesses are open back up, but we're smart about it, like how Europe and Asia was from the start.
Yeah, it'd been cool if we did that from the start. It'd been smart.
Yeah, but that full shutdown was definitely.
Said we politicized masks, and
I don't want to talk about the politics of
Let's
it.
get you some armor.
Let's do it.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm just getting crushed.
Yeah, because you're just gonna get squished by the big scary dinosaurs.
Yeah. But so yeah, it's really sucks. However, I'm making the most of it by doing full-time tech dive in addition to doing my tech dive nights and just hitting the grind, you know? So, a kick in the pants to make that happen.
Squeeze Adam for some of that tech dive petty cash.
Yeah, that'll support my family. Nah, it's
Better than nothing.
I'll make
I
it
don't like
work.
running out of
I'm not
shit.
really worried about it. Because at worst, I'm
Yeah.
still going to end up moving anyway, so that's already arranged.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
that's
the
it.
job that you have lined up is still, like, happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just gotta
Oh,
be real tight for
yeah.
1 month.
Rather the house I lined up. Because the plan was to move with 6 months of cash to like float on for me to get training and wait for the right job at where we're moving to.
Yeah.
So really once this house is sold, which is already fully under contract to sell and already fully under contract to get a new house, it's just a matter of waiting and not spending money. So here I am.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
But
you just gotta, I guess,
be smart.
you know, look at the best.
I gotta tell you, I'm way happier these past. Not Monday, I wasn't happy, but Tuesday, Wednesday,
I'm sure you
Thursday.
weren't very happy on Monday, yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
I don't know
Overall,
why.
a happier human
Saw
being.
Saw your tweet.
Yeah,
I was like,
armor.
shit.
I mean, it's just like, just thinking about that day. It's just like, what?
Yeah,
It just
it's
doesn't.
It's complete bullshit.
I did like even more crap for them that I was not obliged to, but I did anyways. Like, I helped them get basically set up their file system and everything to do building information modeling, which is pretty much the future of all construction. I set them up for that, you know,
Yeah.
and did all kinds of stuff like that. Really, I got them hooked up with the best IT company in the area that matches what they needed, and here I am, thanks to me. Yeah. Oh, and since I technically put my notice in, I was not technically fired, right? And so
I mean,
I'm not able to put
That's
unemployment
not
in
now how
because I wasn't
that's not even
fired.
how notice works, though. You didn't leave when you said you were gonna leave. They fired you.
Yeah, I don't.
Does it really just not work like that? If like because you put that in, and they.
I asked them directly. I'm like, is this officially a firing, or am I, or is it officially quitting? He said it's officially quitting since you put in your 4 weeks notice. So basically, since I was being a nice guy and telling them way ahead of time, hey, I'm leaving, start looking for replacements, etc. I was going above and beyond nice for these people. And then basically because if I didn't tell them that, I would still be employed there.
Dude, maybe you should have.
I know that for a fact.
Maybe this is a lesson. And
Yeah,
just
from now on.
give them the 2 weeks.
Yeah, from now on, it's 2 weeks. That's it. Honestly, I'm going to try my best to not get a job like that. If I do get a job, I want to get a government job where if you're hired, it's almost impossible to get fired. That is the dream.
I have a friend who has a government job, and he's pretty happy about like
Okay.
a lot of the
Armor.
like, because you're safe. It's very safe.
So what kind of rarity level should I look at for armor? Like 9?
That's what I'm looking at. You're like HR 15.
Yeah, I'm barely anywhere.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I'm just trying to figure
Yeah, I
out
know.
what.
Like-
Or your master rank 15. My bad. It's
Yeah. I'm MR 15. I earned that. Okay.
Okay. I mean, we just need to get you into.
Some
It's
nice
something.
stuff. I mean, my armor is not. Okay, Coral
Wait,
Puke
wait.
is higher defense rating. I
I
don't
mean,
know
higher
where to look.
defense rating is good, but like when you're looking at master rank sets, you really want to concern yourself with like the skills. Like there's certainly
Heartbreaker.
like tiers of stuff. Yeah, okay. Your master rank is 15. Um, let me just
I mean,
look up.
the Puke stuff.
Like,
Apparently, I have.
I'd be like, what's good master
Yeah.
rank armor?
Just Google that crap.
What are you? Dual swords?
Yep. So I don't know. It's been an interesting week, but I've got Tech Dive Gaming is getting daily uploads, possibly more than daily going forwards. Getting videos out for Tech Dive that I've been meaning to do for forever. Like enjoying time with my family. That's a great thing.
That's nice.
The side effects of not working 50-hour work weeks every week forever. Ooh, Fulgur Anjanath. It's like all glowy, crystally. And it's got
That's
a lot
pretty
more.
cool stuff.
It's rarity 11 versus my current set of rarity 9.
Silver with all
Thunder
those
attack.
gear, if you were using elemental dual blades, is like really, really
I
good.
forget what dual blades I have. Let's see.
But I think that's out of your range right now.
Because right now I have
Showing me
Chrome
a lot of
Cross,
Cool.
I think. I don't know.
Early damage survival build. No, I need like a mid-range, middle phase recommended. Okay.
Yeah, I'm currently using the Chrome Cross. But Chrome Cross 2 is what I have.
Okay.
Rarity 10.
Like the iron line stuff.
Yeah, Ore Tree.
Honestly,
I mean, I can switch
think
weapons
you were-
too.
I believe you were using Odegaron gear.
I was. And then I got upgraded to Iceborne gear, which is the woolly mammoth looking crap. Which isn't that bad.
I mean, that was like one of the first things you could hunt. That was just to give you a baseline, like, defenses to survive.
Yeah.
So you want to do some Odegaron or black Odegaron hunts, and maybe get one of those sets. Let me actually just go to the shop and look at the difference between those, because we should have hunted that for you.
Ooh,
as part of the
Enduring
story by now, I'm
Sacrifice.
pretty
That looks
sure.
freaking sweet.
Yeah,
Dragon
that
Bone Tree.
See, that's the other thing. Odegaron shit looks good too. It's very good
Odegaron,
looking.
let's see. Oh yeah, Odegaron's like the little scythe things. What are those called?
Well,
I'm looking at the Dragon Bone Tree. That looks really cool.
yeah, that could be
Enduring
good weapons
Sacrifice.
for you, but I'm primarily concerned with the armor. But it'd probably
Yeah.
be good weapons too. I don't know.
I don't know if you were looking to like
Pretty much
match
any
weapons to
high-end.
armor.
I'm more concerned with your defense right now.
Yeah, I'm getting squished.
I think it would be good to get you into some
Jeez. Fulgur Anjanath.
some higher defense gear.
I can already craft something. Fulgur Anjanath.
Just need to see
Band braces and a helmet.
what the skills are for these. I'm looking at them right now. Shit, I just immediately.
Or even like Berry Alth or Ingot is actually an upgrade right now
Dragon
too.
Attack, Critical Eye, Handicraft, Health Boost. The Health Boost coming from the gear, or is that coming from? That's coming from the gear. That's like Titan, probably. A very good one for you to get.
Which one? Fulgur Anjanath?
No, I'm looking at I'm just looking at Death Garen, which is the.
Oh, I see it. That looks cool. That's some really cool looking armor.
It's got some great skills, I think, for dual swords as
Yeah.
well.
I have not any more Odegaron crap, but not that much. Just like a lot of like hard claws and shards. Those are like the two main things I need. Some hard fangs.
You need some hard fangs of the. So what I probably recommend. I don't know. Do you
Yeah.
like Death Garen Alpha or Death Garen Beta in terms of look?
Beta.
Yeah, I thought so. The beta one is tight. I actually used this set whenever I was coming up as well, which is why I remembered it being pretty tight. And like the regular one's like, I don't know, it's fine, but it's let me
I like that hat. Hat sells it.
The hat is very good. Okay. Defenses. Total defense. Okay, the Death Garen's got like more defense as well. It also has that protective polish skill on it, which I'm really liking for, because once you sharpen, your stuff just stays at 100% sharpness for a little while.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's kill some Odegaron. Get you some gear.
Yeah. You have any cool quests for that? Or jobs or whatever?
I probably do.
Yeah.
I'll check. And once we do that, it might be good to look at like a couple of strong elemental dual blades for you to grab.
Yep.
Because elemental dual blades are just like out of control. They're so good. If you're gonna stick with dual blades, you're definitely going to invest in one. Because right now you're using like raw dual blades, right?
Probably. I don't.
The iron line is usually raw. I don't know if they are.
Yeah, I think it's.
And they're fine. They do the damage, but like getting some elemental damage.
They have poison.
Or is it hidden poison, or is it like full
It's
poison?
grayed out, but it says 330 next to it, whatever that
Okay, so
means.
it's hidden poison. So if you were to get like some awakening talisman or something, you could add poison.
I
which
do
is
have
cool. I
2
like
empty
that
gem
as well.
slots, but
So
You know-
if there's any events for this critter. Whoa. There are some events for some like high-end shit that I wish I could do right now that I can't. I'm also locked out of shit. Oh my god, the Elatrion. I forgot they added that guy in. And Fatalis is here too.
Yeah.
Shit.
we will have a Misfortune in the Forest hunting Ebony Odegaron. And it's a master rank optional quest.
Okay.
Or you could just do an arena.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'm just looking to see if I have any investigations for one, because that would get extra parts for killing it that way.
Okay.
If I don't have one, then yeah, I think that's definitely the way we go. Okay, I do have one.
Sweet.
I'm gonna figure out if I have a better one or if this is the best one I have. Sleeve master rank. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The only scary part is there's 2 feints. But I think you're fine against Odegaron.
Yeah.
Not worried.
I'm comfortable in that fight.
I'm gonna post this. It's probably a good time to use one of your vouchers as well. Get some of the more rare parts.
Okay.
But also use some money.
Just
Double
one
the
or?
reward. You can only use one.
Okay. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I mean, they're
rustiest
basically
boy
free,
ever.
And I know you're like probably just like stacked with those right now.
Yes, I got plenty of vouchers. Jeez, you're master rank 67. I'm only 15.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, right now your master rank is capped, and it only
For the story.
uncaps after you
Oh,
get
yeah.
to the end of the story.
Alright, well, I'm standing by.
Oh, yeah. Did I get all my shit in gear? Yeah. Okay.
Good. Gotta say, it's free not being, not having the 9 to 5 though. Feels good.
Yeah. I've never really been a fan. I mean, I work like nights mostly. Right now, I'm only really
Yeah.
working weekends. I work Friday, Saturday while I'm in like full-time school. Granted, the full-time school is like really full-time and fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! It just took me straight to the Caron. Nice. Very good.
Cool, the supply box all for me.
Yeah, dude, rummage. Just take it all. I don't need it. I'll always pack my lunch. That's probably something to like
That I need to
say
definitely
as
do.
well. It's a little boring, but it might be worth
farming some
looking at
materials.
just kind of like a material. I mean, not like a material, but like a resource farming guide to like I don't know, like expand like you having like bombs and like more of the tools, because like a lot of Monster Hunter stuff like you want to prepare, and they've kind of made it a lot easier to kind of ignore that if you want. But like
Yeah.
having all the right kind of potions and stuff is like highly beneficial to successfully playing into some of the harder parts of this game. And I think you've gotten pretty far, like brute forcing.
I've been a little bit carried too, playing with you.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Oh, look.
And this is a team game, so it's like whatever. But there's value in figuring some of that stuff out. Stand on your own legs. It's a good feeling in this game. This guy's a little jumpy, I will admit. He's real jumpy. So you need hard fangs, you said? I'm gonna try and break this idiot's head then.
Yeah.
I think that's how you get him. Should also cut his tail, so you probably need his stuff. Damn it. This jumpy boy is annoying as a
Slow
big
man.
heavy swordsman, yeah. Not too bad, but a little annoying. Yeah. I just know the key stuff we want to break here is his head, his hands, his tail. Everything else is gravy.
Get the nice green axe spray going. Breathe it in. Oh yeah, our good buddy Cody is starting his own clothing website.
That is not
Using his own digital art, using his own digital art skills too. It's very impressive.
I'm glad.
Yeah. We'll see how that
Still
goes.
writing review stuff like you was.
Nah, he hasn't done that in a while.
Okay. It's
think
just
that
what
was,
his Twitter heading still says, so.
Probably. I think he uses a different Twitter now, to be honest.
Oh, good. So he abandoned the Twitter and
The main mini games Twitter, yeah, it's gone. It's old news, man.
Am I still looking at his right Twitter then? Did he have 2 Twitters before?
He has like 3, I don't know, a
Why
lot.
so many Twitters?
Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, I guess. I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
He's had a lot of time being furloughed.
Furloughed.
Yeah. No, but then he got laid off completely.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. He's just been enterprising while he's been stuck at home, I guess.
A little bit.
Guess you
I
can't
think
really
it-
do, you know?
I'm where'd it go? Huh. Trying to convince him to start streaming again. Have the Dream Team stream team.
Yeah, it'd be fun to like play some games.
Like Monster Hunter, he's never really gotten into it before. He enjoys it, but he's
Is he not? Who was it that played a lot? Like a lot. What is that?
AJ? Maybe?
That might have been who it was.
I don't remember.
I just remember someone was like very far as well, and I was like jazzed because we did some hunts together, and then I like never talked to him again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's AJ. Almost positive, 100% positive now.
That seems right to me.
Because Cody's like, I think he's still on the non-master rank stuff.
Yeah, that's where I remember him being as well. Trying to remember if Brian's beaten the story from
He mounted the monster. Oh my.
Now these little boys just caught him in a web. And we just beat on him.
That's pretty great. Is that is that a thing you got?
No, there's just a cat nearby that if you mount a monster near him, they'll net it for you.
That's convenient.
It's just because I'm friends with the cat village.
Ah.
That's something I also recommend. You talk about like some cleanup. There's a lot of mechanics and like
So
stuff
like background
that
things
you don't
to.
have unlocked because you didn't like make friends with the different cat villages and stuff. There's definitely a lot of depth to the things you can unlock through the quests that I think you missed out on from just like powering through basically.
That's how I roll.
Yeah, but it's like good stuff. It's definitely like really valuable to the experience if you
Is it gathering 50 bear asses and handing them to the cat village?
No, it's not like that at all. It's much different. I mean, some of them require you to hunt a monster. I don't know if that's too hard for you.
No.
Especially now, you have master rank here, so whatever the cat villages would request would be like high rank at hardest. So it would be pretty easy. I would just look up like a list or something. God damn it! I didn't even do the attack. Get your ass kitted out. Either way.
Yep. Because I'm pretty much doing like TikTok gaming stuff at night and then editing during the day.
Yeah.
For everything else and rendering and.
So I finally know how to write screenplays. I've learned the techniques of the masters. I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of that this holiday season. Right now, I don't have time to write what I want. I'm just having to write what I make for class or whatever. But there we go. Looking forward to writing some stuff now that I think I just got the tail. Now that I like understand how to like do it. Oh, I think I just broke the tail. I didn't cut it off. It's definitely
It's a chunk of
cool.
meat,
It's a very cool
huh?
semester because I'm learning from someone who has wrote and directed films in Knoxville about like how to be a producer, like how to actually be an independent film producer. I think I get it. It's very nebulous. I didn't understand it for a long time, and now I like actually understand. I'm doing like a budgeting and scheduling project where I'm taking a script, breaking it down to the elements needed for me to budget it, and actually figuring out how much it would cost to like make something.
Are you using Microsoft Project? Is that what it's
No,
called?
we're using a Google Doc actually to budget. But to do the script breakdown, we're using a program called Synchronize, which you can actually have a free account of as long as you're not making like a project group account, which is what you would do if you were like actually doing it for real, probably, so that your whole crew can see it. But if you're
Gotcha.
using it for yourself or your own stuff, you can use it for free, which is like super cool. It's very good for breaking down a script into like how many days you need to plan for to actually shoot it.
Yep.
I'm like, these are skills I can literally leverage to like partake you a while to like develop a film. Like you don't need to bow and scrape your way and kowtow to like Hollywood or New York City to like make films. You can just make films like wherever you want, basically.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like acquiring investors, and honestly that sounded like an impossible task, but now that I like understand how the process works, I'm like, I could probably convince someone who's got good little bit of extra money in their pocket, just like any kind of business owner probably is like a very good target. Be like, hey, invest this much, and as long as we make the film successful, you're gonna get like at minimum a like 25% increase in your investment combined with like a splitting of the profits for I don't know this many years of how much money like the film makes basically. I actually understand like what to say that sounds interesting to people who just throw money at investments basically.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for. It's like investment financing. And it's a risk that compared to a lot of other investment financing, it's like, for one, movies are sexy. Like, it's just a very attractive idea to the layman to be like, oh shit, I'm gonna make a movie? That's so cool.
My antidote.
Oh, yeah. I'm very lucky that I didn't wake up just then. That's okay, I got 2 big bombs for this big dumb head.
There you go.
Actually hit this shit this time. I should break the head. Maybe not. Damn. The hard head.
Just smack the shit out of it.
Yeah, that's the plan. And the other side of I don't know. Being a director is still a little
I got the tail.
confusing to me. Very good. Like I get it. I've literally directed like a short film.
Yeah.
So I understand it, but I don't think I fully understand it. Because there's not like, here's a directing class. Like they don't have one of those. And I thought I understood what a producer was before this, but now I really, really, really understand it. I'm like very excited. It's been one of the best classes I've taken at UT.
He's just berserk, man. Come on.
But
I mean,
also through understanding producers know like how I can actually pitch and make scripts or whatever to hopefully make money just doing screenwriting, because that would be very tight to do.
Yeah.
And honestly transition to potentially directing feature films. A lot of directors get their start in screenwriting.
Yeah.
One of the best paths to being a director outside of just producing a film that you hire yourself to direct, which honestly just sounds like too much work. It's like way too much responsibility to put on like one person's head.
It's a ton of complexity behind it. Like if you think like, I don't know, it's just, especially when you get like investors involved, that just doubles the complexity of everything. Because I don't know, it's just.
You say that, but the best way to bring investors in, from my understanding, is to basically create an LLC, a limited liability company. And when you do that, you're able to designate people as either managers or members. And your managers are probably going to be your like key creatives, your producer, your director, maybe the writer. Maybe the writer and director are the same person. All the managers, or I'm sorry, the member. Oh no, one of the chock-a-lock-a motherfuckers just put me to sleep. Walking around waiting to pass out. I hope my cat hits me. Come on, hell yeah, good kitty. The members, while they contribute money and are basically through like a contract, you determine like, if we turn a profit, this is how much money you get, and then this is how the profit sharing works, up to a point, and like you basically decide everything ahead of time, and your members don't, your investors are not, they don't really have any creative control at all. It's all spelled out in front. That's why being like an independent filmmaker is like tight because you don't have to like kowtow to a studio at all. You're free to, you know, make your thing. I mean, granted, that means you also need to make your shit good.
Yeah. Would that be?
You
Would establishing your independent, that's a studio, but it's a loose term, but your independent productions, would that lend itself to doing like YouTube as a way to basically be your portfolio? Or are they not even like, oh, we have Rathian, get out of here.
What do you mean?
Like use YouTube to like put up like skits on there, show them your skills, like you know.
I mean, really, like you build as a producer, you will. So the first person to get involved with a film is always the producer, and they go from the beginning to the end. Like they are the ones who make the film.
Yeah.
In the realest sense of the word. So I mean, you'll you know, design your pitch or whatever based on whatever script or property you have, and like you just go shop that around the people who've got money.
How do you find the people that have money though?
I don't know. Well, for one, I guess people that have money.
Yeah.
Like I go like snowmobiling every year with like a bunch of like
there you go.
business owners, more or less.
It's all about the people you know.
I don't think it is about the people you know, but also that's also not the only route to doing that. Like that's something you do once you know people a little better. Like it's still probably good to try and get some experience with someone who's a little more established. I think that's a good idea. But I also know it's not like required. I mean, as long as you can convince people to, you know, invest in stuff, you know, you can do it. And there are smart ways to figure out like what kind of money, or I'm sorry, you're basically eliminating as much risk as you possibly can.
Yeah, you don't want to carry the risk on yourself.
Yeah.
The people that are like, I put my own life savings into this are usually not the greatest.
Do not self-fund. And never make a movie with your own money was some of the best advice I got in this situation.
I've heard that, but with businesses too. Like, never make a business with your own money.
Yeah, it's good advice. And I mean, essentially, what the LLC becomes is, I mean, basically, you make a new one every time you make a film, and like, it manages like who becomes the owner of that property once the business dissolves. Like, it's just
there's a lot of contracts and agreements.
It's a way to, you know, just organize the business structure. I don't know. That's the thing, because like you become like a production company when you do that, and you like hire all your people, make the thing or whatever, and then make it, send it off to Sundance or something, and then hope a distributor picks it up. Essentially, is what you're hoping for. I mean, if you're more established, you can probably just get a distributor and get your funding through like pre-sales and stuff. Like, here's my
Warner Bros.
Your theatrical rights or whatever, or like I don't know, you just sell that shit essentially. I don't know.
So much to this.
The only it's very complicated and hard, but it's like it's fascinating at the same time. It's like
if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah, basically. What was I gonna say? But I also think that here's the thing: like you could be trying to get investors and funding and stuff for like anywhere between like 2 and 5 years or something. Like development takes a long time. You know, people are talking about like, oh, this film attached to Star, and the Star dropped out or whatever. Like,
oh, this one dropped the director and added a director and dropped the director.
Yeah, if you can get like an established actor attached to your shit, you're probably going to fund your film as well, which is great.
Come on.
Okay, he's coming back now. The biggest problem problem I'm running into is like I get it, and it's something I think I could do. The only thing I don't understand, or that doesn't really compute to me, is how you sit on your butt for like 2 years trying to develop something and also like pay your bills. So,
That's how you be a waiter in LA for.
do what?
That's how you be like in the movies. Like there's always like a waiter in LA that's handing out scripts trying to get their movie picked up.
I really think physically moving to LA is like
Especially right now.
Is like an idiot version of getting into the industry. Like that might have been like a
maybe in the 80s
before, but like it doesn't matter. You can make films in Knoxville. Knoxville 2 years in a row has been put at the number 7 best spot for making films right now.
Yeah, well,
They've made that list like twice in 2 years.
Ouch.
Which is tight. This is the number 7 movie making spot, which is funny because like Knoxville really.
Yeah.
But I think six features have been made since like 2018, I think. So I mean, you can do it. I'm literally learning from someone who wrote and directed a film in Knoxville a year ago. it's real. It's very real. Although he was able to, he's writer director. He's not producing. He just knows producers. He was just saying it's nice that I can just write my films and work my professor job, and I don't have to like make this film that the producer showed me last week, saying, "Hey, do you want to make this?" Because he's like, "Oof."
Or if it's a crappy movie that you don't believe in.
Crappy movie he doesn't want to make.
Oof.
So I'm like, that's pretty cool. So I'm like, okay, let's say I want to produce my own films or whatever. I still need some income to sit on, so I'm really thinking like screenwriting's probably, where my big passion is anyway.
We have Discovery Network, which I'm sure they have all kinds of screenwriters and crap there, right?
No, Discovery is all not reality TV, but what are they called?
That stuff's
Like
scripted.
real life TV. No,
That stuff's
it's not reality TV. They
scripted.
just film real shit. They don't like.
Yeah, I watch Food Network. They script that quite a bit.
I mean, you may be right.
Also, I want to be a judge on Food Network for
I
desserts.
This boy is limping or not. He looks he
I
looks
don't
pretty
see any
healthy. It's not gonna go.
skulls on the mini map, but I'm also like not super familiar with him or whatever.
I don't know. Let's see if that's limping.
He's limping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he just walked past my trap and I'm pissed. So, hold up. I need something to shoot at him. I'm gonna make him come back. Oh, this jackass.
It's too fast.
It really is.
Limp
Yeah,
slower.
I can slide down this shit. I'm mad that I set that trap there now. Oh my goodness. Just it. Okay. I just wasted a bunch of flash shit for no reason. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna go get a new trap. Cause,
Should I not beat on him or?
well, I mean, I just capture him, you're gonna get like more and better
Yeah.
awards.
So kind of just play defense.
I don't know.
I
You
suppose.
just stay away from him. He's just coming after me, which is pissing me off considering I can't fast travel during combat. I'm glad that he decided to. Oh, now he's.
I can
running
get a
after
try.
me.
Oh, no, he's going for me. That works.
Oh, no, I'm still considered in that combat for whatever reason. So I guess I'm just gonna run away for a second. I mean, we can just kill him. It's just worse to do that.
I don't know. Let's see. I do not have any traps on me. Let's see, I gotta up my game. Start trapping him.
Yeah, having the trap's really good. I just placed my trap prematurely because I thought he was gonna walk into it, and he just like stopped and turned around and then limped in a different direction. It was real good. Made me feel like a genius, man.
You were all light yogging me on him, but then he was all L on you.
Yeah. Here's the thing: if I write 2 scripts that get made into 2 signatory SAG-AFTRA features, then I basically am allowed to enter into the Writers Guild of America and get. I mean, that's how you get like your health insurance and your workers' comp, as far as like working as like a writer in the industry. And like I don't know, I don't have to live in New York or LA. I can just write. You can just write wherever you want, basically. Just,
But when they went on strike,
make the
all our
film.
TV shows went away. That was sad.
Do what?
When they went on strike, all of our TV shows stopped. That was sad.
Yeah, but now the writers get paid better. That's good for me
But,
and future
but who
writers.
cares about the writers?
Me.
I want to watch my Family Guy.
I mean,
That's like the ultimate gig, right? Is being a writer for that show.
That show without writers for years. It doesn't feel like they write anything. It's just like a big
It writes itself. It's like the South Park episode. They just have like 2 manatees or whatever, and they like put a ball into the thing. You ever see that one?
I don't know.
Basically,
I feel like I should have fast traveled instead of running across the map like an idiot. But you know,
yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
a trap now, so I'll be there.
But in South Park, they did like a whole like crossover episode where Hank Hill's hanging out with Bart Simpson. But it's not actually Bart or whatever. And then
It's like a bunch of parody.
no, not Hank Hill. What am I saying? Cartman, excuse me, or whatever.
Cartman.
Kyle and them. You know, the crew.
Yeah.
And
Hang out with Hank Hill.
not Hank Hill. They hang out with Bart Simpson or whatever.
Okay.
And then they're like, we're gonna go figure out the secret to Family Guy and why it's so funny or whatever. And so they like break into the major studios or whatever. They get into like the deep underground layer of the writers of it. And it's just like 2 manatees in a pool, and there's like balls with words on it. And the first ball would be like cancer, and the second ball would say Bahamas, and then that'd be written into a joke. Peter would say, "Remember that time I got cancer in the Bahamas?" And that's how they write Family Guy.
Is it like a bunch of balls?
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of different like words and stuff on the balls, but it's just like it is.
Oh no, I laid the trap down. Please come in my trap, you big.
Okay, I'll bring him over to you. He's chasing me. Looks like
Okay. Yeah, it looks like he hates you.
I'm just being a tubby right now. I'm running real slow.
Don't limp out of this area, you jackass monster. Yes, run at me. Yeah, just come hang out here. He'll be here. Yeah, here you go, dumbass.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Return to camp with party or disband? I forget.
We're going back to the hub in case see if you can make any of those parts, you know?
Yeah.
And we'll just load up again. Because you really need those parts, like ASAP.
Yes, I do.
If there's any of them you can make, you should. And we can figure out what you need next. Some of the pieces need parts from other creatures, so why not you just hunt this guy or whatever?
Let's see. Hard ebony, Odogaron sinew, hard claw, shard. Now I know one of them was like a hard fang. I'll look at it again in a second.
Yeah.
But you know,
Probably
it's
just got
like,
a bunch of different hard parts.
I praise this gem. Look, it's a botany jewel. How exciting!
That was pretty lame. Oh hell yeah, I just went up to Master X68. One more, baby. One more. Only the king of hunters.
But yeah, the South Park episode is called Cartoon Wars. It's like a 3-part series or whatever. I'm sure it's.
I usually do watch new seasons of South Park when I come.
This is old. Like,
Yeah, that one sounds like a pretty old.
I think it's like a season 8 kind of one.
Oh wow.
Back when
Yeah.
Family Guy was like at its peak. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, Family Guy had a heyday. I'm not gonna act like it didn't.
I enjoyed it. Probably like
It
first
just
5
ran
seasons.
out. It just ran out
Yeah.
really fast.
I think the main writers moved over to like American Dad and the other projects Because American Dad was pretty good too for a while.
American Dad, I think is still pretty. Well, I'm not gonna.
I haven't
say
seen it
still,
recently.
'cause I haven't watched probably the last 3 or 4 seasons. But when I stopped watching American Dad, it was so much better than Family Guy.
I should just get
I'm
this
not even
Rose
sure
set.
Seth MacFarlane was even writing on it. It felt like he was just coming in, doing the voices, and then going back to Family Guy.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, for all I know, after he establishes those, like Seth MacFarlane barely writes at all and just does the voices and record. I mean, I don't know. Seth MacFarlane. Sometimes I think like maybe he's a good comedy writer, and then things like I don't know, 100 Ways to Die in the West come out, and I'm like, no, Seth MacFarlane is not a good comedy writer.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the one thing I can never take away from Seth MacFarlane is he's an excellent performer. He's an
Singer.
excellent singer. And
Yeah.
like that man has some really exquisite like cartoon voices. Like he's very good at
Yeah.
that. But man,
All right, good news, bad news. You ready?
yeah.
I can build some pants. Good news.
Yeah.
Bad news is I need more hard fangs,
Yeah. I believe that.
Gyros shards.
Hero shards.
I need 4 of those. Horniter razor wings,
Okay.
and then a ebony Odogaron mantle.
Okay, the mantle's tricky for sure. That's the most,
Yeah.
the hardest part to get.
His pants look weird but cool. I like them.
Yeah, they are weird, but cool.
I have spiny feet, kind of like a.
Yeah. So on those ones where you need the like the Gyro shards and the Hornitar thing, are you able to complete those pieces? You just need the
Yep.
the bits.
Yeah, for Gyro shard, I do need an ebony Odogaron shard as well. But for the Horniter razor wings, I have everything else I need.
Okay. Well, we can get that Hornitar razor wing in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, and that's the chest piece. So that's.
That sounds like a very good one to get. So I'm gonna get a Hornitar quest going real fast because you're
I want to wish
very,
list all
very-
these.
very easy to get.
Also, I think I'm gonna run out of money too.
Yeah, things are probably getting a little expensive, and you didn't have the bank of stuff to really.
Yeah, I've done all the side stuff that, you know.
Yeah, that's probably another good reason to do some of the side stuff. You'll just make a lot of money. Also, like I don't know, if there's parts for a certain armor type, that you're like, I'll never ever wear that. Like you can sell some of those. I usually keep a couple in case they're needed for a recipe, but.
Okay, I actually have more
If you
money
have,
than I
like,
thought I did.
abundance of monster parts, like, you know,
Yeah.
it'd be good time to sell them.
I got 126,000 Zenny or whatever they are. It is.
Yeah, I think it's Zenny. I think that's what it is.
It's just funny to me because that's what money is in Dragon Ball Z too.
Yeah, that's it's basically like Japan's favorite fake version
Game money.
of yen, basically.
All right, I am ready to.
Hornitars. Looking for Hornitar quest.
I'm actually gonna get another drink real quick. I'm parched.
What? So maybe we have to find us anyway. There's a lot of stuff to go through.
Yeah. Oh, it's Tim in the chat.
Oh, is it? Hi, Tim.
Tim, why aren't you on Discord? I'm gonna type to him. Get on Discord. I think he is.
Fox TG? Yeah, it's Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim's on this Discord.
I'm gonna try and have a LAN party soon, and maybe, just maybe, he'll show up for it because it will actually be the last LAN party I can have here for a while. All right, let's see, build quest optional. I'm gonna join your quest, and then I will
Yeah, get you a drink.
bev up. Speaking of beverages,
Probably launch the actual Twitch app. I never use that thing. I kind of hate it a little bit, but it's good
it's
for
okay.
monitoring chat and stuff.
It is. I think you should start streaming too. You know.
I mean, the worst part is that I have no time for it at all.
You say that, but you sleep,
It
right?
Also doesn't doesn't make money
it's not about the money. It's about the art
little-
of being a performer.
No,
You just gotta be a
I would love to
VTuber.
be, but I need to make money as well.
Just gotta be a VTuber, man.
I mean, that seems like a weirdly easy in.
Except you're gonna be shunned since you're an American
All-
and
all I
also
gotta
a
do-
male.
All I gotta do.
Female voice
like,
changer.
Yeah, hold up. I just get like.
And speak some-
"Hello, help me,
You gotta talk some crappy Japanese or something, you know? So, done. Sold.
please."
See? He did. Very kawaii.
Itadakimasu.
Itadakimasu.
Anyways, drink.
I don't know, something like that. Oh, can I be a demon VTuber and just be like, well, I think you went to get a drink. I'll come back before I do the bit. What the hell? What the hell is this ad? I thought I don't get ads if I'm Twitch Prime. I don't understand. Where is chat? I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I can see chat. Hello, Tim, if you're still there.
Yeah, so there's a streamer. I don't really watch him, but I know of him. His name's Mizkif.
Name's who?
Mizkif.
Never heard of him.
And he does okay. But he, one day he randomly, like, turned the stream on, you know, had a normal intro and stuff, and then all of a sudden he's like, drum roll please. And then he plays like a stupid drum roll thing, and then turns on the camera, and now he is magically just a 3D waifu. He's like, this is the new me.
I mean, yeah.
And he like has like really like accurate pictures of like his own desk and stuff. So it's like him sitting at his desk, but he's like a waifu on it. This is a really good joke. It's hilarious.
It's a good joke.
His
I mean,
girlfriend
I-
really
I-
hates it.
Yeah, of course. No, I had a joke which was
I be like a demon.
You sound like the leader of the Kree from Guardians of the Galaxy. Gosh, what's his name?
I will take over the universe. You cannot stop me.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like him. That's his voice. He did it.
I could be like an alien demon VTuber.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like
as long as it has boobs, I mean, you're gonna make millions of dollars, guaranteed.
I didn't even consider having that voice and boobs.
I'm. How dare you?
I mean, that's horrible to think about.
Say make
But,
money.
you know, that's it's the hustle.
Yeah, better than having a job that you hate.
I just think I sincerely have a decent chance of being able to make some money without having to like compromise my entire like the parts of my life that I value by
Your
doing
will to
speedrunning.
live?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really want to just throw my body like sacrifice, like all of my time and like being able to enjoy video games, stuff like that, into an industry that chews up creatives as like a practice, basically.
Yeah.
And I think you can do that as a screenwriter and like work
If you can
remotely.
remain
Becoming like
independent.
a staff writer for like a television show, you're going in basically.
That's what you do when you want to retire.
Maybe,
right.
I don't know. That's probably something I'd do if they pay me good money and just do that for a while and like move
All
up
right,
30s
Nick,
or
you have to write the next season of Family Guy. But you can't do anything
something.
interesting or
If they paid me,
provocative.
I could probably make better Family Guys on TV right now.
But you're not allowed to. You have to stick to the plan, the master plan of draining the intelligence of everybody that watches it.
That's rough, dude. That's rough. A screenwriting
See?
teacher told me I was
What's
like one of
this?
the best in the class. And I'm like,
It's a
that's right.
confused bird.
I
Wow.
can hear that. What'd you say about the birds?
There's like a confused bird on the ground. I'm like, can I like hop on this thing's back? Maybe fly it around? That'd be cool.
Oh, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
New game that you should be excited for is Ashes of Creation. It's a new MMO, and it's looking really good. They have
It's so hard to
sea turtle
get
mounts.
excited about it.
Sea turtle mounts. Okay.
Are they like on the ground or do you like ride on the ocean?
You can do both. On the ground, they like slither, and they have like 5 arms on each side or whatever.
Are they like
But then, like underwater,
fast
they go
enough?
fast. Yeah, it's really cool. I was like, man, you know what? That's good.
I like that. I like that, but also like
Damn.
I don't know. It's kind of rough. I'm also seriously considering podcasting. Like I've always liked the idea of it, but I think once I graduate college, it's like the time when I'm gonna be sitting there trying to like build up like a portfolio of like scripts basically, and like potentially trying to sell some of those as like features or something. Like
Yeah.
I think making a podcast would be a nice way to make some like supplementary money, and and since I wouldn't have school anymore, I could actually like put time on it and feel good about it. See carving in these little bugs or smashing.
Yeah, I forgot to carve them before, but now I am. That should be good. Look,
Yeah.
my wish list is working. 3 Hortator Razor Wings out of 4.
That's pretty good. I mean, do you need like one?
I need like 1 more,
Yeah.
I think. Apparently, we also have to kill Vespoids. I mean, yeah, podcasts are very legitimized. I mean, look at Joe Rogan. He made $100 million off of that Spotify
Yeah,
deal.
that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's like next level crap.
I don't know if I'd ever want to be that committed to podcasting.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
know.
little
Maybe if
much.
I'm just making insane money, whatever.
I mean,
It's just hard to imagine running a podcast that successful.
yeah, I don't even know how you begin with
I
that.
just feel like it's easy. It might genuinely be easier to build up like a podcast audience versus like a streamer audience.
I think
I just don't-
podcasting positively plays to your strengths too, because you're very good at talking for like a long amount of time. Not being like mean about it. But it's just like you could do podcasts. You could do podcasts definitely, like better than me for sure. Because my brain's weird and bad at thinking for long amounts of time.
It's like a skill like anything else, and really I think that's a muscle I've only exercised through things like running D&D. I
Yeah.
think D&D really helps.
Do a D&D podcast, man, or do a writing podcast. A
don't-
D&D podcast
Doing
too
a writing
exclusive.
podcast is really presumptuous considering I haven't sold any writing. The D&D podcast makes me
Too established. Not like a D&D session podcast. We like talk about D&D.
Yeah, I mean, but I could also talk about D&D and it not be the focus of the podcast.
It's true.
I
Just be the
don't-
Nick
I-
Cast. Welcome to Nick Cast 2020.
I don't think that I want to.
Where's Vespoids?
I don't know. That's my only question is like, how do I theme the podcast? because I don't want to make it like a live play D&D podcast. I think there's
Yeah, that's too much work.
I think there's too many of those right now.
D&D's really hot.
D&D is really popular, but I can still talk about D&D. Like
Yeah.
that can be a topic without it being like
The focus.
yeah. I think that's a way to go.
I mean, just like a general nerdy podcast about like nerdy things like
Yeah.
Warhammer and D&D. And
I just feel like I do need like a stronger premise, I think.
ow.
But I think you can have it like a podcast that's just like, me and my friends talk to each other. But I think that's like a weak podcast base.
Yeah, nobody's gonna want to watch that.
Yeah, I look at like very very successful podcasts, and I mean, you talk about Joe Rogan. The only reason why, he's able to do what he does is because he's able to leverage his his notoriety into just a podcast where he is able
Brings
to
on
get these
cool
big
people.
on there. Yeah,
Or interesting people, I should say. Not always cool, but usually interesting.
they're very interesting people.
Oh my
I don't
gosh.
even like his podcast, but it's interesting hearing some of the people talk on it.
The freaking gosh, what's the guy that got kicked off of YouTube and everything? He's crazy man.
Crazy man.
He's a very crazy man. Alex Jones.
Oh, Alex Jones.
The Alex Jones podcast. You may not like
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, but that is 5 hours of insanity. It
Yeah,
is
no,
so
I've seen enough
good.
clips from that to be like, that's very, it's a very good podcast. If I was Joe Rogan, I'd be like, chef's kiss. Like, what a great guest. Because
Oh yeah, it's like his
Alex
dream
Jones is
guest.
insane. It's a great show.
I mean, I think it's his most viewed podcast too,
I
or one of
believe it.
them.
Other like good podcasts. Because that's the other thing. I feel like a podcast can make like a decent like amount of pocket change or whatever, just because the sponsorship model is just like really strong and good on it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
It feels more reliable than like I have a YouTube show or whatever. But I mean, it might not
Yeah.
be. I could be like super wrong. I don't know what
I don't know.
podcasters make.
I mean,
It just seems like everyone I know that has a successful podcast seems like they're doing well for themselves.
yeah. I mean, I think of like there's like YouTuber podcasts, like the Linus Tech Tips podcast, and it's basically what you expect in terms of like it's about tech stuff. But then there's also like the it's like a motivational speaker kind of guy. He did like the 6-minute work week or whatever, 6 hour work week. I'm trying to remember. Hey, I have enough wings to do stuff. Yay.
Yeah.
One more piece of gear.
I think we should get those hero shards because those will be easy as well, and then we can go back to Underground and farm it for the rest of what you need.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like there's
what
so
is-
many
what is
successful
other-
podcasts. The Tested podcast, which is Adam Savage on it.
Yeah, that's a good one. There's a Duncan Trussell's podcast. I forget what it's called, but it's the one that got adapted into the Midnight Gospel.
I don't know what any of that stuff is, but okay.
Have you not seen the Midnight Gospel on Netflix?
Nope.
Or even seen it? Basically, Pendleton Ward after Adventure Time said, "I'll never make I'll never show run like a cartoon show again." And
Yeah.
apparently, he enjoyed Duncan Trussell's podcast so much that he pitched basically adapting choice episodes into very weird, almost fourth wall breaking, really trippy, stuff. That's a very interesting show. It's also very strange because it's framed it's like a cartoon show, but it's just
It's Pendleton Ward. That's his thing, man.
it's like a really wild I guess take on the whole thing.
Oh,
I don't know.
one piece closer.
It's wild thing to watch. I like it a lot.
I need to upgrade this armor that I just got.
Guess this is probably one.
How do I have 800 king armor spheres? What the heck?
I don't know. They probably gave you some.
No, it's worth 800. I have 10. Okay, I read those numbers wrong. I'm like, 800 is too many.
No, one is worth 800 basically. They're very good for getting up to some of those higher levels.
I'll use one. Get my pants up to max. A lot of these hard armor spheres. Let's use a bunch of these. There we go. Max out my mail plate chest thing. Boom. Even more armor. Sweet. Now I look really silly. Pots and pans McGee over here.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna look like that when you're in between sets.
I don't know why, but I've been thinking a lot about MMOs over the past like month. Just like the fundamentals of them, what makes them good, what makes them bad. It's really weird. Like gear. Something as simple as gear. They can get so wrong,
Yeah.
but sometimes they get it so right.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I don't know. It's actually made with care and isn't just,
Like,
I don't know, random stats thrown out there so that, you know, players can watch the math go up when they equip it. It's like
Yeah.
stuff that's like actually interesting.
there's been things in WoW that are so bad. So basically, to appeal to their lowest common denominator audience, they have introduced PvP scaling.
What?
So like, you know how like in Skyrim you may go up levels and get better gear, but essentially things are about the same difficulty because it scales, right? It is the same thing with PvP in WoW. So people are really experimenting with this system and breaking it, and they've learned that equipping gems onto your armor makes you worse at PvP. So now the meta is to not wear any gems on your armor.
Makes you worse at PvP. Like,
Yeah, you do less damage. And then if you can go a
like,
step
because
further,
you're better geared,
yes, you do less damage.
you're
And
like
you
alive,
take
like,
more
people
damage.
wearing, like shit armor basically.
Yes,
It's so bad.
because Blizzard is that detached from their audience and reality, apparently. Okay, we need to get the Gyros things. So
Yeah, I threw a quest up for that.
okay, cool. I'll
Or
hop
it's
on
with
that.
the great Gyros, we'll like kill some of the baby Gyros and like carve them up. So I think those are
Okay.
the ones that drop Gyros shard. Actually, I can just check my
Okay, I already ate.
handy
Good.
dandy hunter's notes and make sure.
But yeah, and this got me like,
It's pretty shitty.
how did they get like? But people are like breaking it, so they like take a character that's 3 levels under max level, right? That's like the minimum. That's the lowest level you can be to do like PvP with other players. Except they take off all their gear, and then they do like their power move or whatever, and they're doing damage so great it's like the highest number that World of Warcraft is able to calculate is like a number.
Yeah.
And they're just like instant killing entire groups of people, and just like it's a joke. It's incredibly yeah. There's a reason why Final Fantasy 14 is doing so
normalize
good.
It, they've completely ruined it.
Yeah, and they haven't fixed it for several months now.
I don't know, dude. I gave up on WoW.
I know.
Like, feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it probably is a lifetime for many players of WoW. I don't know. So I'm giving up on that. The new Shadowlands expansion looks cool because it's all like underworldy, cool stuff, but they're
It's
like
it's
everything
like
else is broke.
So it's like, it's not worth it.
So I put my
I mean, it's the thing. I also feel like WoW's game doesn't like value my time at all as well. I think I've talked
No.
about this in the past. Like, if a game doesn't really value your time, like,
oh cool, I
I don't know.
crashed.
What, you crash?
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah, but it's not even an RPG anymore. You know, like the essential part of an RPG, if you boil it down to freaking D&D, you know, it's like leveling, getting your gear and your skills and your talents and your strength and your dexterity and all that crap.
Yeah, they ruined it.
WoW is just like press button max level, eliminate all leveling anything, eliminate all sense of progress. It's like, well, I don't even.
Are you crashed or are you in?
No, not crashed the game. I've crashed my thing. Landed.
Oh, okay.
Crash
Sorry,
landed.
I misunderstood what you meant by that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just hanging out over here with the Great Gyros.
Well, look at you. I'm running over there.
Yeah. You get over here, like, there's a ton of the little ones, which is what you need to kill to get the shards. Like, the Great Gyros is like, yeah, cool, but we're really here to kill the small ones. We'll kill him as an afterthought.
Killed the babies.
Yeah, kill the babies.
Oh, look, there's some babies right here. A lot of babies.
Like hell, one of the best like podcasts out there. Period is the my brother, and me. I like the McElroys. You probably watched some by like Griffin McElroy.
Maybe.
Dude, did Griffin's Amoeba Corner.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
I like Griffin's Amoeba Corner. It's great.
Yeah, Griffin's great. Well, his brothers are too, and they have a podcast together called My Brother, and Me, and it's like big shit. It's like a really good, excellent podcast. And essentially, so this is when I talk about like what is a good premise. Like the premise of My Brother, and Me is they say it's an advice show for the modern era. They say it wrong on purpose for some reason.
Yeah.
But essentially what this means is they go on to Yahoo Answers and try to
Answer
the questions. Yeah, that's kind of like, I mean, they don't always talk about the questions, but you know,
Yeah.
they'll get into a situation where that's the
Gyro Shard.
that's just kind of their framing device essentially. Where are you? I'm over here with all the dead Gyros.
I just carved 2 Gyros up. I'm gonna run over to you in a second.
Okay, well, you come over here and there's like tons of dead ones. Kill them. I killed them all on
You
front of
killed,
this
you
wall.
killed all the younglings.
Yeah,
How
I
dare
mean,
you?
I mean, we're monster hunters. You know,
That's a
we
Star Wars
monsters,
reference.
We are monsters.
When Anakin's like, I killed the younglings. I killed them all, even the younglings.
Yeah.
He came to say children.
I mean, he could, but they're younglings. They weren't children. It's like a classification of like where they were in their Jedi training. I think. I don't think that was just like a weird way to talk about kids.
That whole thing. Okay, I got all the parts I need, so we're good.
Yeah, I'm just
Killed.
gonna like ride the Great Heroes for a second.
It's
while
a
I-
new mount. So Monster Hunter
new
needs
mount.
next. It's mounts.
I
Or
have
just be a,
mounts, dude.
but like,
Also, you're talking about Monster Hunter Rise, which is like the next Monster Hunter game, which has
that the Switch one?
mounts. Like they did it. The thing you're saying, they literally did it.
good.
First, I assume they crowd tested the idea by essentially they made a show, like a TV show called Monster Hunter Riders, and it was kind of like a kids show.
Is the new Monster Hunter Kids Monster Hunter on the
No,
Switch?
it looks like you just need to watch the trailer. I think I haven't even watched the trailer, but I saw screenshots. I was like, okay, so it's like it kind of looks like this, like Monster Hunter World, but you can ride.
Oh,
monsters
he just
with
teleported.
mounts.
Oh.
Ah, shit, you paralyzed me.
Got him.
Did you get 4 shards from all those?
Yeah.
guys you used?
Shards are done. Let's kill him. Yeah.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. I'm the kill. I don't have to hold back anymore.
Am I gonna see your true potential?
No, he just instantly paralyzed me after I said that.
Oh, no, you got me too. No, I'm good.
I mean, that's kind of his job, is to paralyze people.
It's not very nice.
It's his job. I mounted him again.
He doesn't like it when you mount him all the time.
No, dude. See,
It's demasculating.
They've been able to ride monsters for like 2 generations now, so they just like made it like a real ass thing, and then I guess the next one. And I don't really know if I would consider it like the next mainline Monster Hunter game. It almost seems like a side game, but I'm
A
not
spin-off?
sure yet. I need to look over.
Is it because they
Monster
couldn't
Hunter
get?
has had side games and
Yeah.
mainline games developed side by side. It feels like a side game, especially considering this was the most recent main line.
Is it because they couldn't get World onto the Switch, so they're like, we'll just make a Switch game?
No, my cat put him to sleep.
Oh, I thought he died.
I thought he was dead.
He's kind
I
of
mean, he'll be
slumped
dead
over and stopped moving. I was like, oh, well, that's it. No,
soon. He's
dead
he's,
looking.
he's feeling the pain.
Yeah, we're bringing the pain today.
Yeah, I need to get higher in the guiding lance so that I can put healing or health for when I strike back on my greatsword. I miss it. I really was invincible when I had that.
I saw a really cool looking greatsword on Twitter today. Was it Twitter? Might have just been on the stripping guy's stream. But he it's like a guts looking longsword, like the Dragon Slayer, but it was like blue and had gold like accents on all over it. It's really cool. I was like, oh.
But maybe not. Say it was blue, like the blade was blue.
Yeah, it was like a darker
It might have
blue, I
been
think.
Nostra.
It looked really cool.
They might have released new swords since I have. I'm currently using what used to be like the highest raw damage greatsword in the game, but they've released new monsters since then, so I can't
The
make
power
that
creep.
anymore.
Climb the power creep ladder, Nick.
Do what? I wonder if Brian would be interested in like getting back into Monster Hunter.
I mean, it's a great time.
It feels like a great time. They had a lot of content.
Is it playable without Iceborne or whatever?
Oh no, he has Iceborne.
No, I was just thinking about that. Because I think Cody has it, but he doesn't have Iceborne. So we have like a whole group, like a four
If
player
you don't
team.
have Iceborne, you can't play in the new area. We could just play around in high rank with Cody if he doesn't have it,
Ew.
which is still fun.
We'll just hold him down and force him to buy it.
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
$60.
Iceborne?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I just looked today on Steam. I saw it was on sale. I'm like, ooh, it's on sale. Maybe it's cheap.
We'll have to wait for it to go on sale and then hold it down.
Yeah, on sale it's $40.
I think I've seen it lower than that though.
I mean, probably like the fall sale or Christmas sale will be way cheaper, but you know.
Christmas is coming.
Crimbus.
Yeah, Christmas.
Some great Gears material. Gotta go up that wall.
Jackass has knocked me down. I appreciate it.
Yeah, or he knocks us off the edge.
Yeah, he tried. He just stumbled me. There, get caught, idiot. No, they're all interrupting me. Oh, thank God.
Woo. One more piece of armor, I think. Maybe.
I think
Maybe
you
not.
need the
Or the-
bigger on parts, but that's okay. We're gonna hit next.
I was thinking of the Tim Ferriss show.
The what?
Tim Ferriss show. Tim Ferriss. He's like an old school podcaster.
Oh.
Let's see. Yeah, he has like a book called The 4-Hour Work Week, Tools of Titans for Business Stuff. He's like that kind of guy.
Let's see.
But he is the #1 business podcast of all of Apple Podcasts, ranked #1 out of 500,000 plus podcasts on other occasions. Yeah. He basically had people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, LeBron James, Neil Gaiman. That kind of.
That's tight. I just feel like if I'm able to sell some scripts, I could create enough clout to boost the podcast into being able to exist.
Yeah, I think so too. Or even just like getting, like a social media following, kind of in a way. I don't know. There is an essential value to like not social media clout, but like having a social media community. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a
I got
social
like
media
89
person.
followers on Twitter.
There you go. You did it.
One of them's fucking Swery, the game developer. He makes all the weird games. Like,
Oh yeah, I think he's friends with Mega64.
I believe that.
I think Mega64 is
I don't
friends
know
with a
why-
lot of
I don't know why
developers.
Swery follows me, but he does.
You gotta
So
post
does
cool
the-
stuff.
so he looks like he maybe follows everyone that follows him.
Hmm.
Like some kind of weird
Unconfirmed.
sub for sub. Yeah, it doesn't seem very great. But who was it that actually looked like a more legitimate follow that was very strange to me was I think one of the dudes who does the music for Secret of Mana.
Nope. Random but cool.
Yeah, random but cool is what I thought when I got him. Like, that's an interesting dude to just follow me. And his follows and stuff were not like twisted looking like Swery's, where it was like, okay, so 53.3 thousand people follow you and you follow 53.3
Yeah.
thousand people. Like that one, I was like, okay, that almost feels like it's like a Swery bot more than a Twitter account.
Okay, I got some hard numbers here. You ready?
Yeah.
So I need 3 sinews. 3 more shards and 5 hard fangs from the Ebony Odogaron.
Okay, so
So
you just need to kill some Ebony.
just need to
Odogaron.
grind them down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do that. It's not that hard. Like, we
Which-
bought it and it was very
Yeah.
easy.
I could probably do one more run for the night.
Okay. Yeah, we can just like
Yeah.
play more later.
Yeah.
Trying to see if I have an Ebony Odogaron arena, 'cause those are just a little.
I think I have one.
Okay, if you got one, we can run that. They're a little more straightforward.
Yep.
Because even that
Should I do a voucher?
destination I have was kind of a bad one actually. It didn't have as many gold slots as I would want. I feel like I'd rather just go faster and kill one in the arena. Just a little easier.
Yeah. Alright, it's posted if whenever you want to join.
Yeah, I'm just eating a little food.
How dare you?
What do you mean?
How dare you?
You always eat the little food.
Eat big food or no food at all. This is Monster Hunter. You need a gargantuan mouth to like swallow your food whole.
Did you spend one of your little tokens?
Can I change that or do I have to like repost it?
You'll have to drop it. It's probably worth it because since you need a mantle, that's like the rarest part on the guy. It's probably a good idea to spend the butter to get that.
Hey guy, give me your mantle. Thinking about South Park makes me want to play Stick of Truth again.
There's also a chance if you have the right like ticket. I don't know how many tickets you have left from whenever you do like the daily bounties.
No
You can
clue.
use those to probably get a mantle. I didn't even talk to the bounty lady, so I didn't even have any right now. I'd be mad if the bounties are kill Ebony Odogaron though, because that would have just been.
Where is this person? Bounty
the
person.
They
Can even be an
are.
Iceborne land.
You go down to the trade yard,
Mm-hmm.
and you go to the resource center, which there's like 3 people standing beside each other close to the front gate. It looks like the bounties today wouldn't have been very useful for us, but
Okay. Well, I haven't posted again, so.
yeah, I was just seeing what was up. Mysterious animal capture. What the hell is that? Oh, those are critical ones, never mind. Limited ones. We might have been able to do some of these. Yeah, because there's just like weekly bounties to do over the course of the week. If you do them,
Oh,
you get
yeah,
tickets, you can
these.
trade them for high-end monster parts.
I gotcha. I've completely forgotten about.
Yeah, I completely forgot, or I would have said something. I just remembered at the last moment, like, oh yeah, that's how you get the free tickets that you could, instead of beating your head against the wall trying to farm a mantle out of the sky, you could just trade a ticket for one, basically.
Yeah. Alright.
It's really nice because something like that has never existed in Monster Hunter before, and it makes for like I can guarantee myself like one of
Something.
the parts. And you have to do like some busy work, definitely, because you have to complete the bounties. But the bounties are still like, they're guaranteed, you know. As long
Yeah.
as you do the thing, you get the progress. So if over the course of the week you do, you know, you just do the stuff. I mean, you can blow them a lot in one night, or you could like play once or twice and like do a couple of them. But then you can just get the, get all the shit. Oh man,
Yeah.
I should look through your inventory. It's so.
My inventory's awful. Don't look at it.
I use the loadout, so I just press.
Yeah.
Give me this shit, and it will always fill up with the shit I need.
I need to set that up.
It's pretty easy. I probably bring too much stuff, but I don't know. I'm a old.
Should I bring the trap?
Man.
I guess. Can we trap them in the arena?
You can trap in the arena. It's just really hard to tell when their health is low. Basically, they don't limp in the arena.
I'll equip it anyways. Because I can always use it next time. Anyways.
Yeah, it's something that you should typically carry with you.
Should, could, would, but don't.
Yeah, but you can change. You can always, that's
People
that's
never
what,
change.
That's what Monster Hunter's about. It's about the self-improvement and becoming stronger. Oh yeah, you
That's
can
what they
get
tell
all that
you.
shit. I don't need that. Did you bring mine? Some armor skin.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get you to like the new in game.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, I'm very interested to see what you think of the new like master rank final boss wyvern or dragon. I guess it's a pretty wild boy.
I mean, I'm already farther in Monster Hunter than I've ever been in any other Monster Hunter before, so you know.
Yeah. Boohead, he yelled at me. I want him to come to the center so I can drop a rock on him. I don't know if he'll be good and stay there. Oh, good. Just roar like an idiot. Yes, ball. Big dumb. You remember if it was more hard fangs or hard claws you needed?
Fangs, almost positive.
Okay.
Is there an easy way to look at the wish list?
No, I'll just keep bashing the head. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm
I think you
90%
just- I think you
positive
just
it's
go to your wish
fangs.
list from the pause menu, yeah. You can definitely look at it. I was just curious what I should prioritize hitting.
Ah,
Good kitties. This is very fast and sweet. Not that I'm complaining. Okay. Probably just throw this on.
I think this one's taller than the other one.
It is a little
This is a
bigger.
big boy.
I always love that about Monster Hunter. I think it's since the first game, the monsters always kind of like a slight variation in their sizes, and that can actually go to some big extremes. And
I think I've seen a really giant Anjanath once.
Yeah, you can definitely fight some very, very strangely sized monsters, and I just think that's really fun.
I'm just waiting for an Anjanath the size of a dog. Just saying.
I like when the event quest will guarantee you fight like a genuine like miniature version of one.
That's
That
funny.
always cracks me up. Yeah, a very like a little baby one. Oh. So next time we play, depending on how much more armor you need, we could probably work on getting you some snazzy dual blades.
That would be great. Well, I'm doing okay damage. I'm just not, you know,
Yeah.
up to
You can
snuff
you
on
can
it.
do so much more damage though.
Right.
I'm like into that.
Maybe actually do like elemental effects like my old ones did. Because my old ones were explosive. It was
I mean,
nice.
if you had like dragon damage ones, they wouldn't be doing very much against this guy. But like I think a lot of other ones would be pretty good. Like this guy might not give a shit about fire though. I don't remember. I forget what his elemental weaknesses are. That's usually why. So
Have a
like,
couple different
dual
sets.
Swords and sword and shield like really need to concern themselves with the elemental type they're putting out. So it's a little annoying to have to make like multiple. But after you make like one or two good ones, usually you're good to use one or the other. As long as something isn't just straight up not affected by the element you're using, like you just do so much damage. And if they're weak against it, it's it lets you do like world record levels of like damage to some of these creatures. Some of the fastest takedowns have been like elemental builds. At least outside of cluster bomb stuff. Cluster bombs is like world record stuff all the time because cluster bombs are so strong.
Interesting.
Really hard to use. They're very expensive. They
What?
deal.
Okay, I gotta field res.
Got saved there, but it happens.
Let's get wrecked though. Let's see. It's just escalated so quickly.
It happens. Kind of like in this pit with him. Oh yes, here we go. Where are you, big idiot? Come on over here. And let her go.
Yeah.
Other reasons why it's great to hunt here.
Just free extra damage.
Yeah, Dragonator rules. Got the free rocks. And that's the thing about like the Dragonator, the boulders, bombs. They all do damage that is unresisted, basically.
Just raw
like
damage?
They go through all defenses, so it's like flat, unmitigatable damage essentially. That's why those things are so valued.
Can't stop.
Oh, I'm already in the middle of charge move, so I couldn't stop, but it's fine
That's
because
fine.
I didn't have any more bombs anyway. Pretty good. We're definitely
So-
gonna kill this one faster than the other one we killed.
So because we can repeat arenas as many times as we want, right?
You gotta recapture it. So
Okay.
if you, and it's hard to capture in the arena. You can, but it's like, there's no way for
Okay.
you to determine when its health is like low, essentially. Other
Just
than
a-
like
just a guess.
knowing and guessing. Yeah.
He's running away.
Yeah. He's
Eating.
I think there might be a skill that lets you see that. That's probably a skill you could bring and like cheat it, and you can just like chain captures in the arena, which is kind of a cool idea.
mean, hard to miss.
You're right.
Stewie is really quick though.
Oh yeah.
This one's one of the quickest boys.
Quick boy, that is his advantage. He's a little fragile though, you know? He's not as chonky as like Glavinus. He takes a lot less punishment overall. He gets away with it by jumping out of the way of moves and stuff.
So I feel like it's a good enemy for dual blades. Being lickety quick and not having to hit every hit, you know.
Yeah, it's cool. It's one of my favorite of the new monsters. I do hate when he bleeds me though. That's okay.
Yeah.
You can just go crouch and hide for a second.
Woo.
Or eat a well done steak, either way. Or stir a jerky. There's ways around it. It's just a pain.
Just die already, jeez. Come on.
Oh, he hit me pretty good just now. Hit me good again. Out of here with that. Oh no, I stunned. Come on, dude, get out.
Ah,
He just knocked your ass clean off, didn't he?
that's fine. I'll just or heal it down here. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you coming down.
No, I fainted. Dang it.
Okay, there's still two more
Yeah,
There's
the
no- irregular feints on this.
rewards decrease though. I want that money.
You do get less money.
I need that.
I can't, you know.
Can I eat again? Let's see. Yes, I
Yeah,
can.
you can eat again, probably. I think we've been fighting long enough where you can eat again. Could be wrong, but
Mm-hmm. Ah. Hiccup burp. Died.
is that what you think? It's like, oh man. Hiccup and burp at the same time, I'm gonna die.
Pretty much. It's a death sentence.
That's like the Korean fan death stuff. It's like one of those little things. I'm just like, how do you know you're just gonna die? Boulder Trap's ready to use, hell yeah.
I need to sharpen. That probably would have helped.
Go for it.
He's not in the center.
Yeah, I blinded him, so I'm hoping he hops over there. No, he's just going.
Come over here, you big stupid idiot.
Yeah, just shoot rocks at him. Yeah, I'm gonna flip it. Oh. Hope he jumps to the center. Oh, don't come for me. Oh, no, yeah, hell yeah. Oh, wait, no. That sucks. Oh. I can guess here. He's not ready yet. Still free damage.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the mechanic where you like hop on their leg or whatever.
Clutch claw?
Yeah, I need to do that some more.
It's pretty useful.
Though he's not very good for it because he's so.
I mean, it's okay. It just depends what you're grabbing onto.
Yeah, got his tail. Yeah.
Nice. You can get a mantle from that tail carve, so it's valuable. Oh yeah, John, I remembered.
What's the button for that? Yeah.
Aw.
Should I shock trap him? Think he's ready?
We can test it. I was gonna wall bang him, but it didn't work because he's raged right now. It's what holding LB. No, I'm sorry, holding left trigger and then pressing B shoots out the clutch ball.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you want to try the trap, you can try it. Like I said, we're basically.
I could put it here in the middle with the rocks dropping on him if you want to get ready for that.
The rock will probably be a while since we used it already. The second
Okay.
time.
Well, screw it.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We're just trying to trank this boy. And if it doesn't work, then we'll just continue to beat him. And, you know, sometimes you use traps and they don't do anything.
Nope. Beat the crap out of him instead.
Oh, well, we just beat the crap out of him, man.
Ooh, just
Still
flailing
a
around.
valid victory condition.
Well, it's our only victory condition now.
Not necessarily. One of
Test
us
for him.
can go get a trap. It's not, like, recommended, but it's on the menu. And if that Dragonator comes around again, that'll probably kill him, for sure. I think it does so much damage. Can't believe that idiot jumped right as my charge attacking it down.
He likes to jump.
He does like the jump. Can't fault him there either. Like, it's valid. He dodges my moves when he does that. He does like no damage to me when I'm wearing this Rocksteady mantle just about.
Must be nice.
Yeah, you could get yourself a Rocksteady mantle. You just gotta do some of that quest cleanup.
You never got
Honestly,
time for
with this
that.
Master rank gear, it'll be way easier than whenever I had to get this shit.
True.
Because you'll just be doing some high rank missions and just destroying them basically. But like I said, it's worth doing. You get a lot of value out of it. And money. You just, you know, grind out some shit and get a lot of money.
No. My cannon attack. It's all gone awry.
I don't know why you bothered with that thing. This thing is way too fast, David, that cannon.
Oh yeah?
I mean, you can do it. I'll keep him like right here.
Nah, dang it.
Go straight.
Right over his head. He's too short.
Yeah, like I said, but it felt a little futile. Ooh, that's a big crit. Hell yeah. I haven't wallbang him yet. One of my new favorite mechanics. That didn't work out.
How much health does this thing have? Jeez.
Slides, Monster Hunter. Yeah. It's not like we're fighting like a stronger one.
Feels that way.
Oh. Only thing being is like once he does hit that threshold, we're still having to fight through the back end of his health instead of just capturing him. forget where the capture threshold is. So I don't know if it's like 1/4 his health or if it's like 1/16 of his health. Like, I think it's probably pretty low, pretty decently close to death, though.
Ah, there we it. We did it.
And then, you know, after you carve him, don't forget to run over and get that tail. And if we're lucky, you'll get the mantle, because honestly, that's going to be the worst part to grind for.
Hard Fang, definitely need that. 3 of those, I'm pretty sure. The mantle. Yay.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, my goodness.
So that's a guaranteed helmet, I think.
Great.
And then
That's the coolest piece of armor.
one more guaranteed piece, I think. I will no longer be Viking Man. I'll become Samurai Hat Man.
I'm Shinobi.
Oh no.
Such is life.
Pet my cat.
It's alright.
What else? Sinew. Let's see. More sinew. Oh. Ooh. Let's go craft some more gear.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be like, what, 1, maybe 2 pieces away from a full set, which would be nice.
Yeah, if you got 2 pieces right now, it'd be so tight.
Forge. I think I just had the helmet.
Yeah. I mean, having 3 pieces still means you get protective polish either way, though.
Ah, sweet.
So 3 is certainly a great benchmark.
Well, I have 3 now, so there we go. You even have glowing eyes.
Yeah, very cool.
Yep, need more fangs. 4 more
So I need
fangs.
a bunch of
4 more
fangs.
fangs and 3 more shards, I think. Yeah.
It's pretty easy. You just, you know,
Yeah,
check
I'm
it
not
out.
too worried about it.
Yeah.
Let me
Something
go ahead and
for next
upgrade
time you play.
my hat, though, for sure.
Oh yeah, no, you're looking much sweeter. Like I said, I use that set through the end game, so or through the like final boss of the thing.
Master
So
rank.
I think it's a very valuable set for
Okay.
Blade Masters.
Me, so cool, minus my pants. I'm like pissed off.
That's okay. That's part of it. I'm using a mixed set right now. I'm using a very meta mixed set, but I'm actually using some. Oh yeah, you know how you have pieces of you? Do you have any of the skins or whatever?
Layered armor?
Yeah, do you have any layered armor to put on those to make yourself a little more cohesive in the meantime?
I don't know.
Because that's what I'm literally doing with my current outfit, is using layer armor to make the pieces that don't look like they match look like they match. Because I'm using a mixed set on purpose to basically, like I said, this is a very meta, like, in-game greatsword kit. You can go to the low rank. The layer armor is the same. It's just
How do I do the layered armor stuff?
yeah. So you were in that screen a second
Ah.
ago.
The forge one?
Oh, to equip it.
Yeah. I don't know if I have
think
any
you just
already.
I think you just go to your box.
Okay. So I don't think I have any in my box.
You get a
but-
box, and then yeah, you can layer armor settings should be there.
Okay,
lots of
that's a little
fans,
bit
like,
better. That's a little bit better. Huh. No. I mean, it's better than what it was, but
Yeah.
not much.
Well, you can also change the colors too. That'd probably help.
Make it black.
And that's the other thing. You have the master rank you're looking at. Did you go to the low ranks? Do you have any there?
No, just pants. They look like poop. There.
Oh, I see. You only got the Bushi Savvy pants.
Well, that's okay.
I see.
These hat tassels are pretty great. Flowing in the breeze.
They're really good, yeah. Big fan.
I feel like I'm a character from Afro Samurai or something.
Character from what?
Afro Samurai?
Yeah, I
Never-
can see that.
I feel like
Afro Samurai, that's a real throwback for me. I haven't
Right.
heard that in a long time.
He fights like undead samurai dudes, right?
He might. I wouldn't put it past him.
No. Samuel L. Jackson's anime adventures, pretty much.
Everyone lovers.
Alright, I've got to log out of Monster Hunter for the day. Ugh. Probably dump this VOD on some YouTube channel, who knows.